My name is William Noble, and I have been a priest of the Episcopal Church for some nearly 50 years. And I came to the psychoanalytic work and world when I was 60. And when I was 66, I was licensed as a psychoanalyst in the state of New York and credentialed a while later in New Jersey. And so I have now for nearly a decade been a psychoanalyst and certified to work in New Jersey and in New York State. My practice has been at my home in New Jersey and in my office in New York. I came to this work because I wanted in the last third of my life to be with one person at a time.
Hello, I'm Jeff Shu. I was born in Hong Kong. I have been a Lutheran pastor for over 10 years before I fully became a licensed psychoanalyst. I think I'm drawn into this kind of therapeutic work by my strong yearning for understanding people's suffering and be with them. I suffered before, mentally, emotionally, and I think the most precious things that human beings can offer to each other is the presence of themselves, and to listen intently to what's happening inside the other person, to listen to their own lives, their struggles, and try to understand in the midst of that turmoil what they need, what's going on inside.
I am in Hong Kong in order to teach a course at the Tao Feng Shen having to do with the use of dreams in spiritual direction. And in the course of that, I had a chance to reflect on the phenomenology of dreaming. And I've come to think that dreams come to us very much like a stranger comes to the door. And we can either open the door and accept the stranger and invite the stranger, or we can deny the reality of the stranger at the door. We can deny the value of the dream. Waking life is everything. Dreaming is just not important. I think that's shallow and short-sighted and cuts out half of life. I think one of the most commonly quoted Freudian notions is that dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. I just not long ago thought that dreams are the royal road that the unconscious uses to reach me. I don't use dreams to reach some deep part of another person. It's the deep part of the other person that comes to that person, and because the person tells me the dream, comes to me. So dreams, as they are used in psychotherapy, it seems to me, are nearly always secondhand. And like things that are secondhand, they have a primary function and a secondary function. And I think the primary function of a dream is to offer the opportunity for a person to encounter that which is apparently entirely other, and yet located in terms of its generation deep within the person. The dream is crafted by the unconscious for me to see, and maybe to tell. I'm married, as I indicated before, and my wife and I have shared our dreams every single morning at breakfast. Because in fact, when you share a dream, you're offering the very best part of, or at least the very most sacred part of yourself to another. I feel sad when people say, I don't dream. It's been my experience that if they're encouraged, if a person is encouraged to be open to dreaming, the person will dream. It's rather like the stranger at the door. We might not want to open the door to a stranger. We might not want to open the door to a dream. It may be easier for my ego and for myself to, maybe apparently easier, to deny the existence of the stranger. Maybe I didn't make it clear. I want to make it clear. The stranger comes to the door. The dream comes to me in order to have an influence on me. And if the dream doesn't have an influence on me, and you can't understand every dream, you can't understand every stranger. The dream acts on me whether I understand it or not. It does not depend on my intelligence. It doesn't depend on my being clever. It does require, it seems to me, a radical openness to the possibility of the mystery of what it is to be a human being at the deepest and most profound level. That's what I think.
Bill, you just said dream is like a stranger to us, knocking on a door, getting us to pay attention to certain things. But there are people, so many people, that they feel so comfortable with their status quo, and they feel that's all they have in their life. Don't want to change. What do you want to say to these kind of people?